Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Akash over here. Welcome to my channel. So in this video I'm going to show you guys how you can make a Zoom clone using Flask, and I'm going to deploy it to internet, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So without wasting further more time, let's get into it. Alright, so the very first thing we're going to do is creating a virtual environment. So I'm going to create that using python -m venv and then the virtual environment name. Now in this case I'm going to use env. Alright, let's hit enter and wait for the process to complete. Alright, so it's completed. So now we're gonna install a few Python packages. So they are pip install their Flask. We need Flask SQL Alchemy. We need for now I guess this too, and if something needed we're gonna install that later. So let's hit enter and install them. Alright, and now I'm gonna just close it, and let's create the Python file main, which will be app.py file. Alright, so here we're gonna import from Flask, import Flask, render template, request, redirect, and session. Alright, now from Flask SQL Alchemy we're gonna import SQL Alchemy and nothing else. Alright, so now let's create the app instance of the Flask class using Flask underscore name underscore, and then the default route, which will be app.route / and then a function named index, and then we're going to return hello world. Alright, now let's run this program. It will be app.run debug equals to true. Alright, and that's it. Let's run this Python file using python app.py, and let's see how it looks. So it's running on localhost 5000. I'm gonna right click on it, and as you can see it's looking pretty cool. So now the first thing we have to do is creating a new folder named templates, and inside them all the HTML files will go. So for now let's create the index.html file. Alright, and also alright, so and here we're gonna change it from return hello world to return render template index.html. Alright, and now here let's create a demo page. And I'm gonna save it and refresh the site, and as you can see it's looking pretty good. Alright, so now we have to do some modifications of this app instance. So I'm going to write app.config, and the SQL Alchemy database URI will be SQLite. Test.db instead of test.db, I'm going to write database.db, and then app.config, it will be the secret key, and it will be, let's say, my super secret key. Alright, and now okay, so I have previously wrote some HTML codes for this, and I'm gonna just paste that here. Okay, so I'm using Bootstrap, and right, let's just remove this, we don't need that, and instead of, and in this title I'm gonna write meet X, and I came up with this name, thought it cool, meet X. And alright, everything looks pretty cool. Okay, let's change this. Now this is main display flex. All right. The ultimate meeting app. And now there will be, here in this Python file, we have to define those routes as well. So we're gonna write app.route/login. We're gonna define a function named login, and for now return, for now just pass it. Okay, we have to return something, so let's just say hello world for now. Same will be for register. Okay, now let's just refresh the page, and okay, so this looks pretty cool. As you can see, there's this two buttons over here. If I click here, you can see it's leading us to this login route, and if I go to register, it's leading us to this register route. Okay, now we have to provide some custom CSS to make it look good. So for that, in this directory where the app.py file is, we're going to create another folder named static, and inside the static folder we're going to create style.css, and inside this CSS file we're going to write all the custom CSS we want. So for now, let's just change this to margin 0, padding 0, and border size, border box. Now for this hero section, so height will be 100 page, width will be 100%. Now let's save it and refresh it. Now it is in the center. Now here, so first thing we're gonna do is define a database instance of this SQL Alchemy class over here, and then we have to create an user class which will inherit the db.model, and the first thing every user will have is an unique ID. So it will be db.column, it will be db.integer, the data type will be integer, and the primary key will be true. Alright, now each and every user will have an username. Let's add that as well. db.column, db.string, and the maximum length will be 100. It cannot be nullable because every user should have username, otherwise we cannot detect anyone. And then the unique will be equals to true. Alright, now it should have an email which will be db.column. I'm using db.string over here, but you should change it to something more sensible like db.varchar. It should not be false, and unique equals true as well. Alright, because you cannot open two accounts using one email, right, in any website. And lastly, there will be password. I'm storing it as string because we are gonna use a hashed system over here later. And then nullable equals to false. Alright, okay, instead of string we're gonna just use db.text because the hashed version of the password is too. Alright, so in this login route we're gonna write, first thing we have to change is methods. So there will be two methods which are get and post. Now what are these? Now we're gonna make sure if request dot method equals post, if it is post, we're gonna log in user using the email, then the password request.form password. Alright, now over here we have to import two things. From workzug.security we're going to import generate password hash and check password hash. Now what generate password hash does, it generates the hashed version of any password given. and the check password hash checks two passwords more securely than just comparing them using double equal sign. Alright, so over here we're gonna write user equals to user dot query dot filter by email equals to email and password equals to password. Now what we are going to do is we're going to check if user previously exists, then we're going to just change the session's user ID to user ID, and we're going to redirect to this default route. And then else if the user does not exist, then we're going to just return him to redirect /login. Alright, and we have to do another thing, check password hash user.password and password. So here we are grabbing the user by his email, provided email, and then what we are doing is we are checking if user exists, and then we are checking his password using check password hash, and then condition is true, then we are changing the session's user ID key to user.id, and then we are redirecting him to the /. Alright, now in this index what we have to do is check if user ID not in session, this will redirect the user to the login page. Alright, now what it does is we're checking if user ID does not exist in session. Now we're gonna write the whole code, you can see only by logging in user can change his user ID in the session object. Alright, now here instead of returning this hello world, we have to return render template and then auth/login.html, as we are defining this login route. Alright, let's save this, and inside this templates folder we're going to create a new folder named auth, and inside that auth folder we're going to write login.html. Alright, now in this login.html file I have previously wrote some HTML codes for this as well. I'm going to just paste that and I'm going to just save it. So here as you can see the title is meetx and the login. We're using Bootstrap as usual, and alright, let's just change this and I hope this is good to go. Alright, let's save this and let's refresh it, and yeah, as you can see it is redirecting us over here. Now here's the thing, what we are going to do over here is in this default route we're going to provide logged in equals to true. Alright, now if we do this we can I guess change it. Okay, so first here, if this is true we will just check that if logged in, then we are showing all this, if not logged in then we are showing all this, and else we're gonna just write an h1 tag over here for now saying logged in. Alright, okay, so here if user ID is not in session, instead of doing that we're gonna just write, we're gonna copy this part and we're gonna paste it over here, and instead of login equals to true we're gonna just provide false. Alright, now okay, it looks pretty cool, and now hopefully it will work. Okay, so you have to go to the default route, so end of template, tags. Okay, my bad. So here instead else, and then we have to provide this end of this tag end if. Let's save this and refresh, and as you can see, as we're not logged in yet, it is just showing us login and register, and once we register and then log in, it's gonna just it's gonna just show us this h1 tag over here which says logged. Now to do that, we have to create the register route as well. All right, so I'm gonna just paste the code I have wrote previously. Okay, so now we have to import two things more. Okay, two things more, which is slash and then URL. All right, and then here, as you can see, first we have to add this methods list over here, which is get and post. All right, so now we are checking if the method is post. Then what we're doing is we are grabbing the username from the form, the email and the password from the form, and then we are checking if the user exists already using this query.filter, and inside that filter we are providing this user.username equals this username, or user.email equals this email, and then we are grabbing the very first option from that return array. And then if the user already exists, we are just flashing it that username or email already exists, please choose a different one. And if the user does not exist, then what we are doing is we are hashing the password using this generate password hash function, and we are passing the password as its parameter, and then we are creating a new user using this user class, and we are providing the username equals to this username, email equals to this email, and then password equals to this hashed version of the password, and then we are just committing it using db.session.add and then new user, and lastly db.session.commit to commit the changes into the database. And lastly we are just flashing this. We don't need this anyways, so I'm gonna just remove this. And lastly we are returning to redirect to login page. Lastly we are just returning him to this login route, and by default the function returns the render template. The function returns the template register.html, which is in this auth folder. Let's save the file, and inside this auth folder let's create this register.html file as well. Okay, so now in this register.html file we're gonna write this code, which is this register route, for this register route. And here we are using this, as you can see, we are using bootstrap, and here we are taking username as user input, we are taking email address and password. And all right, let's go to the browser and refresh the page. Hopefully this will work. All right, let's go to the register route. Okay, let's register. I'm gonna write akashnath29. The email address will be nat5440@gmail.com. The password will be, for now we are using 123456. All right, and then let's register. Okay, so now the error we got here is no such table as user, because we did not create the table. Technically we just created the code. So to create the table we have to open up terminal, and then we have to go to Flask shell. Okay, so now over here from app we are importing this db instance, which is all the way up here. And now what we are doing is db.create all. Now this will create this user table, and as you can see in this instance folder there is this database.db file. If I open this up, you can see there is this user table over here. Now all right, let's just remove this now, and now let's get back to over here. All right, everything, we have to refresh the page. Let's fill the form again. Password will be 123456. We're going to enter it. All right. Now the email address is n540@gmail.com. Password will be 123456. And now if I submit this, you can see it shows us this h1 tag which is logged in. All right. So now as we're logged in, what we have to do is we have to show something over here. Let's just clean this code area. All right. Now as we're logged in, instead of this, we have to provide something to operate this meeting app, right? Okay, so for that, what we're gonna do is instead of this h1 tag, we're gonna write this HTML code over here. All right. Now it has this card class, and inside this card we have this current user dot username, and for that we have to get the current user. I'm gonna just copy this line. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, so the current user is, let's just write this current user equals to user dot query dot get by the session's user ID, and then inside this render template function we are providing card underscore user equals to this. All right, now I'm gonna save this up, and here I'm gonna save this as well. All right, this looks pretty cool. So there is this 3 routes over here, which is meeting, join, and logout. Let's define them as well, otherwise it's gonna show us error. All right, app.route slash meeting. For now, just def meeting. For now, just return hello world. Same will be for this join and logout route as well. Okay, so instead of this hello world, we're gonna just write create meeting to make it more clear, and then lastly the app.route, which is this logout route, and we're gonna just pop the session's user ID from the session object, and we're gonna just return him to the default route. Okay, I'm gonna just move it to all the way up here in this authentication section, where you have this login route, this register route, and then the logout route. And then once the authentication section is done, we're gonna write this main code over here. Already just save this and refresh the page. It looks cool. It looks pretty cool. All right. If I go to this create meeting, you can see here it's showing this create meeting text. If I go to join meeting, same join meeting text, and if I go to logout, it's just logging me out from this application. And now I'm gonna just log in. Now I'm gonna just log in into this website. Now it looks pretty cool. So we have to define all this create meeting, join meeting, and logout functions. So in the very first thing we're gonna do is create meeting. So now to create this meeting, we are using an online tool named ZigoCloud. So go to this go to any web browser, write ZigoCloud. All right, so the very first link, which is zigocloud.com, will be the one we are looking for. Let's get into this. Okay, so after logging in, you will come up to this dashboard. And now what is ZigoCloud? ZigoCloud is an online service that provides you with multiple video conferencing APIs, like video streaming, or like YouTube video streaming and other things, or like video conference or one-to-one video call, etc. So now I have this trial account over here, which provides me 1,000 or 10,000 minutes of video call for free. So first we're going to create a new project over here, and you can see it gives us voice and video call feature. It gives us video conference feature, live streaming feature, live audio room feature, one-to-one tutoring feature, telehealth feature, customized application feature, in-app chat feature, live shopping feature, game streaming feature, and we can watch movies together as well, and we can online karaoke as well. So the thing we're gonna choose over here is this video conference. We chose this and we're gonna go to this next. Okay, now the project name will be meetx, and after that we're gonna choose this start with UI kits instead of this custom SDKs. We're gonna go to this web. We're gonna start with this UI kits. It will provide us some JavaScript codes. So after starting with UI kits, okay, and then we're gonna just start building your app. And here we are building it for web. So we're gonna select web, and after selecting, this is a demo over here. We need this microphone, camera, audio setting, screen sharing feature. We need user list, text, chat as well. The layout will be auto. All right, and after that we're gonna just save and start to integrate. Now there is this preview over here, and here the demo will be initialized. I'm turning off the camera right now. I don't want to show my face right now. And as you can see, it will provide a link to share. There will be this user name, and then you can join any meeting. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to click this button, get the config files, and integrate. And instead of this, we are gonna download this HTML file. It will provide us with an HTML file, and what we are gonna do is we're gonna just change the name and use that into our project. Okay, so after changing the name, I have moved the HTML file into my current project directory, and I have changed the name to meeting.html file. I'm gonna just customize this. All right, and here this looks pretty cool. All right, okay, so now here in this app.py file, what we're going to do is we're going to first grab the current user using this line. I'm going to just duplicate it, and I'm going to move it all the way to this meeting route. Where is it? Okay, and then what we will do over here is, okay, we change this, and we're going to render this temp. And using this render template function, we're gonna write this meeting.html file, and then we're passing the current user to current user. All right, let's save this, and inside this meeting.html file here, okay, where is it? I have to find this first. Where is it? Okay, so this username is, instead of this username, we're gonna change it to current username. Okay, now I have to pass this as string, so I hope this will work. Okay, now it looks pretty cool. Let's save this, and okay, now here let's refresh the page. Now I'm going to create a meeting. It's taking a bit time, and as you can see, first you have to allow the microphone, and then it will wants to use your camera. You have to allow it as well, but now I'm gonna just turn off my camera. Okay, now here, this thing, instead of this, I forgot to write this. Instead of current.user, we have to provide current.user.username, as we want to show the username over here. All right, let's save this, refresh it. Hopefully this will work, and as you can see, it is showing it. Now we can change it to, you can remove this $sign from here, refresh it, and yep, it is, there will be your username. Now as you can see here, there's this personal link showing over here, which is meeting, then question mark, then room ID equals to this room ID. All right, you can copy this, or else you can join now. And after joining, as you can see, it will look something like this, and this has multiple features, like you can share your screen over here, you can share your entire screen. Okay, like this. We can stop it. You can change the layout to grid or sidebar, anything you want. There is this integrated in meeting chat application where you can write anything you want to others. Okay, so for now we're gonna just get out of this and return to home screen. All right, now here what we have to do is, first of all, in this style.css file we have to assign sizing to border box. All right, and now after that, hopefully this will work pretty cool. Now we have to work on this joining meeting facility. All right, so now here inside this templates file, let's create a new file named join meeting. Okay, now we're gonna paste this code I wrote it previously, and okay, it will ask for a meeting ID which you'll have to provide, and then you can join. Let's save this and let's look at it, how it looks. Refresh the page. Okay, so instead of this we have to change something here, and inside this join meeting route, what we have to do is, instead of returning this string, we have to return this HTML file. Let's save this, refresh the page. Let's click on join meeting, and as you can see, it looks pretty cool. Now we have to change this to btn.primary, as it is not looking pretty cool. It was not visible, and now it is. Now you can provide meeting ID over here, and then just back to dashboard. And inside this join meeting, what you have to do is, again, provide the methods list, which will be get and post. All right, and then we're gonna check if the method is post. What we will do is return redirect to okay, so inside this post method, first we have to grab the meeting ID. So let's write meeting ID equals to request.form.get meeting ID, and here the name of the, not meeting ID, it's room ID. So I'm gonna just copy this room ID and I'm gonna paste it over here. We're gonna grab this room ID, and what we will do is we're gonna redirect to meeting and then slash question mark room ID equals to this. Save this and then refresh the page. Let's go back to the main home page, and then what we have to do is create a meeting over here. I'm gonna turn off this camera for now. Alright, let's join the meeting. Alright, and now we're here. I'm gonna open up a new tab, incognito tab, and I'm gonna just go to this site over here. First we have to register. Let's provide something different username, which will be use 404 user not found. Pretty cool name. I'm gonna use my second email, and then password will be 123456. Alright, then the email address will be again my second email address 123456. Alright, I'm gonna just log in, and then I'm gonna join a meeting. Now what we have to do is, from here, from this about tab, you can see there is this link over here. So what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna copy this, and instead of joining, we're gonna just paste this over here, and you can see the room ID is 8794. We're gonna write over here 8794, and we're gonna join. Hopefully this will work. And okay, I'm allowing the microphone. I'm gonna allow the camera as well. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the camera again, and after joining, you can see there is this my first account, and there is this my second account. So it looks pretty cool, and I'm gonna just leave from this. I'm gonna close this. And okay, so this is the meeting you were. Okay, so this is the main project. Now let's come to the part of hosting. Alright, so first of all, I'm gonna just close this and clear up the terminal. Now what we have to do is, first we have to create and git repository for this project. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna open up on GitHub. Okay, so this is my GitHub account, by the way. Those who have not followed me, please go to GitHub and look at my projects, and if you think that I'm worthy of it, then please follow me. Alright, now for the hosting, I'm going to close up this thing. For the hosting, what we will do is we will go to a website named render.com. Alright, so first you have to log in, and then after logging in, you can go to this dashboard. Alright, and okay, this is my second account using my something different. Now here, the very first thing we're going to do is we need an database to store our user data. Now we're going to select it, new PostgreSQL. The database name will be meetx database, meetxdb. I'm going to select it. The database name will be this. The username will be admin. The region will be Singapore, Southeast Asia, which will be nearest to me. There is no data dog API. I don't know what that is. And then lastly, free. We're gonna go to this free tier for hobby projects. It will give us 256 megabytes of RAM, 0.1 CPU, and 1 gigabyte of storage. Alright. Now what we have to do is, as everything is looking pretty fine, we can create the database. It's gonna take a little bit of time, so give it that time. Okay, so as you can see here in this status, it's showing creating, and here and in this top right corner you can see this connect button over here. Here we're gonna choose this external connection, and here the first link will be this we're looking for. We're gonna copy this link and go to our project. Okay, and here in this app.py file, instead of this SQLite URI, we're gonna just paste this PostgreSQL URI. So we have to change it to PostgreSQL, and we're gonna save this. We're gonna commit this. All right, and as you can see, now the status has changed to available, which means our database is live now. Now here what we have to do is to host the website. We can go to this new tab, and we're gonna go to this new web service. All right, now we are building and deploying from a Git repository. That's the reason why I uploaded it into this GitHub repo. Okay, I'm clicking next, and then we have to provide an public Git repository, which is this repository link. Okay, I'm gonna continue. Okay, so I forgot one more thing, which is we have to list out all the Python packages we used. So to do so, we're gonna just write pip freeze and then requirements.txt. Alright, and as you can see, there is this requirements.txt file which have all this bunch of stuffs we need to create this project. We're gonna just provide it. It's done. Now here we're gonna paste the link. We're gonna continue it. Okay, so the name will be meetx. The region will be Singapore, Southeast Asia. The branch is main. There is no root directory. The runtime is Python 3. Okay, pip install -r requirements.txt, and the start command will be python app.py. Okay, after that we are using this free tier over here, which gives us 512 megabytes of RAM and 0.1 CPU, and everything looks pretty great. And we are gonna just create the web service. Now it will take a little bit of time to host this. This even might take up to half an hour. So when I wait for that, so I will cut my video after that and see you after it is deployed. Okay, so as the site is live now, it took almost half an hour. We're gonna open this up, and first of all, you have to register. Let's change the name to gain, and the password will be something like more secure. Okay, let's register. I'm gonna save this up, and I'm gonna log in. Okay, sorry, it takes this. All right, let's log in. I'm gonna save this, and then I'm gonna create meeting. I have to allow the microphone. I have to allow the microphone and camera. Okay, allow. And I'm not gonna show my face, so I'm gonna turn off the camera. And as you can see, there is this link to share this meeting. I'm gonna copy this, and then I'm gonna join the meeting. Okay, so then I'm gonna open the incognito tab. I'm gonna first of all I'm gonna copy this. All right. I have to register again. Username will be Akash. And the password will be something. I'm gonna register. Okay, again. I'm gonna log in, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over here, and in this I button about tab, I'm gonna copy this meeting ID, and I'm gonna just paste it over here. Okay, I'm gonna allow the microphone. I'm gonna allow the camera as well, and then I'm gonna turn off the camera as I again don't want to show my face, and I'm gonna mute. And as you can see, okay, so I'm here, and this is my previous account, which is this one. So I'm gonna just leave the room. And okay, so this is it for today, guys. Hope you guys love this project. Share this video as much as possible, like this video, and please subscribe my channel to get more videos like this. I'm gonna paste the GitHub repo link in the pinned comment and the description of this video. Okay, this is it for today. See you guys in the next video. Have a great day.